The board and staff of Preservation Connecticut are proud to present the Connecticut Preservation Awards of Merit for 2023. The preservation business often seems to be only about threats and losses, so it is heartening to turn instead to stories of accomplishment and creativity. These awards tell stories of rejuvenated places where we can work or play, gather and govern our communities, or create. They tell stories of places that provide shelter, conserve resources, and remind us of who we are and where we come from. They tell stories of places whose rejuvenated past can contribute to a richer future. Here are this year's award recipients. Captain Mordecai Prindle House, Ansonia. Since 2020, Daniel Bosquez has dedicated his time, talents, and resources to restoring the charms of the Captain Mordecai Prindle House in Ansonia. In returning the house from apartments to single-family use, Daniel uncovered original flooring and restored historic 6/6 windows. But Daniel also retained some changes made over time. In one room, he left exposed a combination of milled and hewn joints, and while the original center chimney had been removed, he suggests its vanished presence by installing an 18th century mantel where a fireplace would have been. One modern touch is a new system. It is particularly notable that Daniel has done most of the labor himself, gaining construction skills on the job, all while raising a young family and working full-time. Built in 1795 by Sea Captain Mordecai Prindle and his brother Josiah, the house offers possible ties to Daniel's own Puerto Rican heritage. Perhaps some of his own ancestors traded with Prindle. By rescuing the captain's house, Daniel has brought the story full circle. Project Team. Bristol Arts and Innovation Magnet School. When the city of Bristol began planning a new intra-district arts and innovation magnet school, the Memorial Boulevard School provided an ideal location. Built in 1923 and listed on the National Register, the building once exemplified the latest in modern high school design, including a professional-grade theater. Now, that historic theater has been restored to accommodate drama, music, and dance programs. A black box studio theater replaces a former swimming pool, and a new chorale and band rooms use the building's taller spaces for their acoustics. There are studios for electronic music, composition, and professional recording technology, plus art studios in former classrooms, not only for traditional media such as painting and sculpture, but also for animation, computer-assisted drafting, and 3D virtual design. Community input helps shape the decision to offer educational opportunities for the 21st century, while revitalization of a significant building returned a cherished emblem of Bristol's past to its former prominence as it welcomes the community to its modernized spaces. Project Team. "99 Pratt Street, Hartford." Built in 1928, the Steiger building stands at one end of Pratt Street, an intact historic streetscape and National Register district in downtown Hartford. Originally a department store, the building has been rehabbed to create 97 apartments in a mix of micro studios, and one-bedroom units. Tenants began moving in December 2022. First-floor storefronts are also being rehabbed for retail and restaurants, with some expected to open later this year. In the process, new fabric has been sensitively interwoven with existing historic elements. The historic lobby was restored and primary corridors were preserved, including interior storefronts that were integrated into entryway units. Despite its celebrated history, Pratt Street was losing its sense of place even before COVID-related lockdowns. Now, the renovated Steiger building, renamed to 99 Pratt Street for its address, is helping draw people back to the corridor and reinforcing it as a walkable spine between Main Street and the central business district, proving a catalyst for renewed economic vibrancy. Project Team. Hotel Marcel, New Haven. The eye-catching Armstrong Rubber Company building, designed by Marcel Breuer, also known as the Pirelli Building, is listed on both the state and national registers. An historic rehabilitation and adaptive reuse project has transformed the long vacant landmark into a model for sustainable hotel development, as Hotel Marcel is the United States' first net zero hotel. The 8-story landmark now provides 165 guest rooms, plus restaurant and bar areas, gallery space, and meeting rooms. To achieve its groundbreaking net zero status, Hotel Marcel attained both LEED Platinum and Passive House certification through the installation of solar power arrays, a high-performance envelope, an energy recovery system, high-efficiency heat pumps, and low-voltage LED lighting. The all-electric building does not utilize any fossil fuels and even features an all-electric kitchen. All this was accomplished while meeting standards for federal and state historic rehabilitation tax credits. An extensive team of design, energy, and preservation consultants, plus restoration vendors applied their unique skill sets to historic light fixtures, wood paneling, handrails, terrazzo, and plaster. The results prove once and for all that historic buildings can be sustainable too. Project Team. New London City Hall, City Council Chamber. The New London City Hall, listed on the National Register, was built in 1856 and remodeled in 1912. The remodeling included a richly decorated city council chamber, which now has been carefully restored. For the restoration, paint samples were evaluated under high magnification to determine the paint history. Then artists conserved the ceiling, upper walls, entablature, columns, and lower walls, reinstalling the historic color scheme and treatments, which included a metallic and Greek key ornamentation through stenciling, infilling, and gold leaf application. The project also entailed repairs to damaged plaster column capitals and areas of degrading plaster throughout the ceiling. In addition, 2 new name panels were created, duplicating mid-20th century ones that did not match the historic color scheme. Those existing panels were encapsulated behind the new canvas, which was installed to be reversible. Restoring the council chamber provides an affirmation of the dignity of local government. This truly was a restoration project for the people. Project Team. Shirt Factory Lofts, Norwalk. In 1922, the Leroy Shirt Company factory was a vibrant part of Norwalk's garment industry. By 2011, it had been vacant for years. Many developers would have demolished the building, but a visionary team believed that it could still contribute to the community. After achieving National Register designation, they spent 10 years working to finance and construct this important project finishing in June of 2022. Renamed Shirt Factory Lofts, the building now provides new jobs in 4 commercial units on the first floor, plus housing with 16 apartments on the second. Augmenting the inherent energy efficiency of its historic brick construction are high-efficiency inverter heat pump HVAC system, replica factory windows with insulated glass, and thicker-than-required roof insulation. The building is located in a rapidly growing district within walking distance of the South Norwalk Railroad Station, potentially reducing users' needs for automobiles. As one of the few rehabilitated historic structures in the area, it provides a valuable example of historic precedents for transit-oriented development. Project Team. Old Mill Grocery and Deli, Westport. Constructed in 1919, the Old Mill store was the oldest continuously operating grocery in Westport. Not just a business, it was also a beloved community gathering place for the Campo Beach and Mill Cove neighborhoods. But all that seemed to have reached an end when the store was put up for sale in 2021. With an asking price of nearly $1.7 million, it was surely fated to be a teardown. Reflecting community concern regarding the store's future, 5 Westport residents established Soundview Empowerment Alliance, a tax-exempt organization, and set out to raise the purchase price. By early 2022, the group had secured just under $1 million in pledges from more than 100 donors. A GoFundMe site produced another $200,000 from 430 additional donors, and with that, the group was able to purchase the Old Mill store and reopen it. Today, the store continues as a historic community hub, and more provides job training and employment to people who might otherwise not have such opportunities. Project Team.